What's up, traders? So I'm here setting up my alerts for the week, setting up my EA, getting everything. It's Sunday. The market just opened about 2 hours ago. And my whole game plan, I did a weekly outlook video over the CAD pairs. But I want to show you how that transferred over from last week. I mean, I had some good wins last week, and we also had some big winners from the people in the group that I'm mentoring as well. So I want to show you exactly how I'm setting my alerts to prep for the week. The preparation on Sundays is one of the most, if not the most important parts of the week. And then the execution of that and how I set that up on my EA. So let's dive right in. All right, so without divulging too much information here on, how I set my alerts, how I prep things up for the week, but with the Momentum setup here, I go down the line and literally wait for the market to come to me. That is number one, right? We're not chasing, we're not doing anything. We are setting traps for the market. And so this is exactly what I did and how I do it with the Momentum, right? So all of these are various alerts I have here, right? So now there's a lot going on, but I've been doing this for a long time and I can handle that much information. But since it's a 4-hour time frame, they just come trickling in throughout the week. And so what I do and how I do it is, and all these specifically are for the Momentum. It is so simple to set it on this indicator, right? You just right click, go add alert, Momentum crossing, then put on another Momentum without divulging too much info on here. And then it's literally that easy. So now I'll get an alert when we cross right here, and then when we cross back. And so this is what I'm looking to achieve. And we had a really solid follow through. This is a great example of this on pound CAD. I strongly think that we're going to go down here to this 127% extension more than likely. I think that's that's going to happen, right? So and if not much further, especially if we take it to say a daily time frame, right? So because this is a massive engulfing candle that we have right here, and I think this is just the beginning. So now what I do is make a game plan based on, once I go down the line here, looking at the different correlations, right? You can see it. Aussie's looking very weak. We're breaking down. Aussie yen kind of going sideways. Aussie dollar looking very good. So as I make my correlations here, you see our Momentum cross right there. As I start to connect the dots, then I can really assimilate a game plan and set myself up. Here's another CAD pair. Now I'd actually looking to take this off the 2-hour time frame. You can see here's a cross right here. This would have been my entry. So as I really start to connect some dots on what's going on, then I can make a game plan for the week. This would be my exact trade. I talked about it on Friday. I was in this, but closed because I didn't want to be risking too much. So, at the end of the day, it's better that I follow my rules for sure. So let's take a look at setting up MT4 and my EA, what that looks like. All right, so let's have a look at MT4. This is the Aussie CAD I told you I'd missed. And the way my EA works is we're going to get triggered off of these pullbacks in the direction. Of course, that would have been 180 pip drop, but it's all good. I didn't want to get over leveraged there. So I was in some entries here. You can see on NZUSD, here's an entry. Here's my stop loss. Here's my stop loss, and then the take profit was much higher, or much lower. But this is my risk to reward. This is what I was risking. This was my reward. Now I closed once we hit, this level of support here, because I didn't want to, pound CAD was popping off very nicely. And this was the actual play itself, right? So looking for these moves. Here's my entry. These are my take profits. So you can see my risk to reward is so significantly greater, right? But the thing is you have to learn and be able to master the strategy itself. So this is exactly what I'm doing. And so like on Sundays, I get dialed in on what it is that I'm looking for. Now you can see these were my entries here. We entered off of this move. You can see this is a wick entry right here. And, because my EA Jarvis is going to help manage the risk, stop loss is getting moved to entry automatically. And I'm watching it, making sure that everything is executed correctly. And that's the execution side. But it all begins 100% here. It begins on the weekend. It begins at the start of the trading day, and it begins at the end of the trading day. And this is what we do in the accelerators. We go down the line, see what's moving, see what's not moving, and set our alerts to set traps and literally let the markets come to us. And that's pretty much my strategy. Now there's way more components of it to be able to dial in and dial in and dial in. And, it's a masterpiece, really, is what it is. But EuroCAD, Pound CAD, all of these moves, and I can tell by doing my analysis and from seeing the big picture the way I do and the way I teach, that these are just the start of these moves, right? So that's really what I'm looking for. But the most important part is knowing the system. And then beyond that, look here, this would have been a perfect daily trade. I'm not doing it on the daily, but beyond that, being able to execute on it. So if you want a system that works and you can follow directions and you're dedicated, it's not going to happen overnight, but if you put in the work, it's going to happen. Click the link below. Let's get it. This is a life-changing opportunity. So, all right, everybody, appreciate y'all. It's going to be a massive week this week. Let's get it. Peace.